Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Sheldon Dillingham. I'm with Avitrol, and this is the first segment in our series called Drive-By Bird Control. This series is designed to give you some quick tips to help you treat for pest birds, whether you're treating for them at the request of a client or if you're treating for them privately. So this first video is going to focus on helping you determine site sensitivity and give you some quick tips on baiting when you're dealing in sensitive areas. So here are 3 things that you'll do to help determine whether or not you've got a sensitive site. The biggest factor is whether or not there are people nearby. Now this could be people walking around, actual pedestrians. This could be a busy intersection. It could be proximity to the highway, or it could be all of these things. But if you've got people nearby, you've got a sensitive site. The second factor that may help you determine whether or not you've got a sensitive site is the overall season or time of day or day of week. There are some sites where, let's say, in the middle of the afternoon or in the middle of rush hour, that site may be very sensitive because it's a very heavy traffic area. But it may be that early in the morning, that site location is closed or there's not as much traffic that's there. And so that may be an opportune time to actually deploy live bait or to actually treat for these birds. And then the third thing that's going to help you determine whether or not you've got a sensitive site is your client's expectation. If your client is averse to the possibility of mortality there on the site in terms of pest birds, if the client is averse to the general public seeing the reaction of the birds after they've taken the bait, and if that's the case, then your site is also going to be a sensitive site. So once you've determined that you've got a sensitive site, here are a few things that you can do to help ensure that your baiting goes smoothly. One, and the most important factor, is your dilution ratio. In a sensitive area, you're going to want to come in with a more highly diluted mix at a maximum of around 1:29 and even as high as 1:35 or 1:40. That's going to target about 1 to 4% of the flock, and that's right in the range that you want to be at when you're treating these sensitive areas. Another thing that you may want to do when you're baiting in sensitive areas is adjusting your treatment period based on a time when it's not as sensitive. So it may be that during the morning before rush hour starts or before the vendor opens, it may not be as busy, or during the holidays or during the weekend, maybe when the vendor's not open, that may be the best time to actually bait that area. And then the third thing that you're going to want to think about doing is to utilize multiple technicians when your live bait goes down and have them stay on site when the live bait goes down. That's going to help you clean up any fallen birds as quickly as possible, clean up any spilled bait as quickly as possible, and also help you adjust on the fly during your treatment period to help make sure that your overall treatment goes smoothly. So that's all I've got for you today. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more Drive-By Bird Control.